Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Santucci here with the FITAID Morning Show. Holy moly. Kenny Santucci here with the FITAID Morning Show, and we have one of our athletes here, one of the most impressive guys, a resume as long as his biceps.
That's right.
Mr. Hunter McIntyre.
What's going on, man?
This guy has been crushing Spartan races, Tough Mudders, the Broken Skull Challenge. Stone Cold's watching his own ass.
That's
He's
right,
worried
dude.
about you.
He better watch out, man. I might take that show from him.
You might have to become the host.
I shouldn't say that out loud, dude.
2 seasons now.
Yeah, it's true, man. Honestly, it's a tough competition to be a part of, but I train every day just for that.
There are some big motherfuckers on that show.
That's right, man.
And you are crushing them.
Yeah.
I mean, before I got to meet you, I heard a lot of stories about you.
Only the good ones.
I'm like, all right, he's a big guy, but there's been some monsters on there.
Well, let me tell you the truth, man. You know about like that wiry guy you see at the bar? You're like, man, don't fuck with that guy.
Yeah.
He's a fucking crazy person. That's the kind of thing I got inside me. And you got to have that kind of attitude, man. You got to be that kid who's always willing to punch first in the fight, knock somebody out, shake them up. And that's my mentality, man. One
of the most interesting things that we talked about before we even got on the show was I didn't know you're a New Yorker.
Dude, NYC, baby, the Big Apple.
Only the best are bred on the East Coast.
Look at that. A table full of awesomeness right now.
So you're from Jersey. You're from New York. Give me a little bit of background.
Born in New York City, Upper East Side, East End Avenue. Then stayed there for a couple years. Went to Rye, Connecticut. Grew up in Connecticut and Westchester. And then I made the gold rush. Went to California, man. Honestly, it's too good.
So now what's a little bit of your athletic background? Because Spartan race, a lot of these obstacle course races are so unorthodox. Like you can't really train for them. What are you doing?
Honestly, that's the crazy thing. I train in this environment. I love doing CrossFit. I love doing strongman type stuff. But that's only probably about 10–20% of my training. I have to be really fit, so tons of rowing, tons of swimming, biking, everything. So I'm always out there in the mountains trying to get fit. And then when it comes to the racing kind of stuff, man, like I'm always just going down to Santa Monica, going to like the parallel bars, doing slackline and hanging out with dirty hippies, doing whatever the heck they're up to. Because you just have to challenge yourself. You got to get fitter and you got to learn new things. And then once you're out there on the race course, you're just kind of ready for jump at anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give me a little bit of your resume. I mean, we were running through it before, but it's way too much shit for me to remember.
Do you have like a gigantic binder?
I wish I had one of those long scrolls I could throw it out. You could just start writing it like Santa Claus's list. So give us a little bit of your resume.
You know, I started out doing Spartan races, so I kicked some serious ass there. I've been the point leaders champion, short course champion there.
But somebody said you went out on like a drunken dare. A bunch of your buddies were going to race.
Yes, I did.
How'd that happen?
Well, you know, when you're drunk, you're confident, and I just felt the, you know, deep down inside of me that I had to go take this thing on. My friends challenged me to it. Showed up at the starting line, over 10,000 people racing that day, and I came 6th place. Honestly, ego meets luck, and it was just one of those days, man. I never looked back. Right from that point, I had so much fun with it. I said, you know, I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm gonna become the best in the world at this, and she's like, no, you're going back to college. And I took the first flight from New York City back to California and started training my ass off, and I was a pro in 6 months.
No kidding.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of luck, but at the same time, hard work.
So it's interesting. I used to wrestle in high school and college as well.
You calling me out right now? What's going on?
Going right over the table.
Watch your ankles.
So you said you were a wrestler?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I was a wrestler for the love of it, but not to be an athlete. Like it just, like, you know, that locker room talk with all your buddies. Wrestling was a really fun sport, and I actually did it for 10 years. Had a lot of opportunity after high school to go into, you know, colleges with scholarships, but got in a lot of trouble. Had to take a year break.
Seemed a little bit of a troublemaker.
No. An angel on the exterior. On the interior, that's where all the problems were.
Yeah. That's where the ladies love you, though.
That's right. That's right.
They love the bad boy.
But here's the truth of it. You know, everybody has fun when they're young. I maybe had a little too much fun. But I had that experience, and it really did help me out with the Broken Skull Ranch stuff. And I loved running. My dad used to drive behind me with his car on cruise control and honk the horn and force me to run faster.
Well, that's what it was. Bad parenting.
That's right. He was my first coach.
Or good parenting, depending on
how you want
to look
at it. Tough love is where it's at.
Yeah,
you know?
I had a similar situation.
Can't help it, man. But now look where we are.
Yeah. So now you're on the show. 2 seasons in.
2 seasons
You're champion.
Yeah.
They're starting a 3rd season. How do you think you're going to fare?
Third season, man, I put on a little bit of extra muscle mass. I've been specifically training up for it. You know, superstar athletes, man, like they're coming to events like this and they're recruiting the best CrossFitters, they're recruiting the best OCR athletes, strongman athletes. So the competition is getting stronger, but at the same time, I'm getting stronger. So let me tell you, dude, I expect to go undisputed. I expect to break some skulls, and you're looking at a rich man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you, if you don't mind me asking, how much cash have you won up to this point?
I've made $115K in the past 2 seasons. Yeah, I've saved it all. I've saved it all. You know, a couple dates here and there. Every once in a while, I have a good time, but I'm pretty frugal.
So before you came out here, everybody's saying, "Oh, you got to meet Hunter. He's a great guy. He's right up your alley. He's a ladies' man."
That's right.
With all this new fame, you're living out in Malibu.
I know, it's nice.
Got any notches on your belt you want to tell us about?
Oh,
we're calling out.
You know, I couldn't say that.
A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell, but good thing you're not a gentleman. So give us the dirt.
No. Honestly, I will tell you this: I've got my binoculars up here at the roost, and I'm looking down, and I've got some girls that I'm looking after. I'll tell you right now, there's a couple girls I've got crushes on here.
Okay, so give us your top 3. And now, if you could have 10, but you got to pick 3.
I don't think my car can't fit 10 of them, so I just don't know where I would bring them. Honestly, you know, look, I think Brooke Wells and I we have a lot in common. We'd have great things to talk about.
Yep.
I would say Sarah Sigmund's daughter and I think we just need to mate and have children because it'd be good for the future of the human race.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never know what's happening.
We could breed that child for years to come.
Exactly. Aliens might come down. We need one warrior to stand up against them. That would be our child. Sarah, listen to this show. Come to my.
Oh, she listens. She will hear. She will hear your call of the wild.
Exactly. And then last but not least, oh gosh, it's tough because there's some pretty girls out there. That girl Bethany. Man, there's a new girl here. You don't even know about her. It's her first year here. Dude, she is a smoke show.
Oh, my God.
God, she won my heart. She lifted a big weight, and then she stared right at the camera. I knew she was looking at me.
There have been 2 or 3 where I'm like, oh, my God, she's equally as hot as she is strong. It's unbelievable. So I love coming out here. I'm sure you're just excited to be
I'm jazzed up. I can't control myself.
Hunter, thank you so much for coming on the show. You're everything and more that everybody said you were. We're going to go troll around now.
Dude,
you know, we're going to
bird call. Hanging out, shaking hands, kissing babies. We're on the skateboard.
Kissing babies and ladies. Hunter, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you guys for watching FITAID Morning Show. Stay tuned.